Welcome back to Collage of Health, or welcome if you're coming for the first time. Today, I just want to jump right into the Akashic report for August 31st. The first message was clear your mind of any residue. Find it in your heart to proceed with fundamental light for all of mankind. And that was like a pronouncement. And I was given a scroll by a carrier, which was like almost like a archetype of a carrier figure. In the Tomorrowlands, there will be suffering, but worry not, as all will be well. And I see literally a well of hope with water coming up. Then I got a personal message, which I'll jump over. I saw jaundice, people with jaundice, and I questioned if it was the plague, and I didn't get a clear answer on that. Afterwards, I looked up monkeypox. Apparently, hepatic liver issues do interplay, but that did not come up in the Akash. But jaundice and yellowing came up a couple of days over the last week or so. I feel like the people in the Portland, Maine situation are going to possibly be moved to Connecticut. I could see them leaving the house. The city of Danbury came up. I actually looked that up after I got out of the Akash, and there was a couple of people arrested for kidnapping some men, and they're being held on like millions of dollars of bond. So I wasn't sure if that was what I was getting in the ethers about that situation versus the people in Portland being moved there, or if they're both, two stories coinciding or, interplaying together somehow. I got a message, it's easier to hide people in Connecticut than maybe in other places. I saw a pelican, which to me represented forgiveness of self and others. And I got the message of forgiveness for our limitations, our sins, which is kind of a triggering word for some of us. So what they said was our omissions and commissions, forgiveness for those. The more you allow yourself to be caught in the minutia of life, the more you'll suffer, but the more you're able to be embodied fully, but lift your awareness up and be the watcher of life, you're not going to be in the direct suffering. You're going to be able to be the observer, and to be able to do that more and more is going to be necessary for all of us. Okay, what else here? Got a lot of scribbles. Buenos Aires, Buenos Aires, Buenos Aires, Buenos Aires, Iceland, Greece, plotting in the Democratic Party. Didn't really get anything with Trump. He seemed to kind of be more in the background. I kind of felt like Robert Kennedy Jr. was more in the forefront. I felt like in the Adriatic Sea, maybe that yacht turning over, there could be bodies still in the sea, in the Adriatic Sea. Let's see here. The Canadian Prime Minister came through. Nothing specific, but he was kind of highlighted to me. Beirut, Lebanon, Jerusalem, forest fires. What's going to happen next, I asked. They said soldiers coming in. I questioned if it had to do with the election. I did not get a clear answer. Things will fall around you. I see a closing of a gate, like the Wizard of Oz, when that gate was kind of like, she was trying to close the gate, and like a tornado, almost like that green that you saw in the Wizard of Oz in this tornado. The dog days of summer upon all of you. Heat, have fortitude, find inner strength. The light is within. And then Jesus said, have faith. We are here with you. I felt some anger, and then it's almost like he didn't care that I was angry, and he hugged me, but it wasn't like pushing himself on me. It was almost like, you can be angry and that's okay. Like, you can have your feelings and I don't take any offense. And he just gave me this hug and his arms felt really strong and manly. And it was like this unconditional masculine love. And he said, you can find it within, dear sister of love. You have it. All is inside of you. All is within. It's just a mirror back that I'm showing you of the love that already resides in your heart. So I thought that was such a beautiful message. And then I saw fighter pilots shooting from the air, and I wasn't sure if that was in the Middle East or what. It was like an aerial war, possibly in Jerusalem. There's strength in numbers. I see a peace flag, but then afterwards, after the peace flag, I see this Hitler-like commander coming in. So I thought that was weird that fouled the peace flag. Bangladesh, which has come up for me numerous times over the last month or so. Great suffering is there. And after I closed the records, I looked up Bangladesh, and again, I saw like the floods that had happened there, but I was reading further, and some people have hypothesized that the floods were caused by India opening the dams. Like, some are blaming, there's some rumors that the Indian government allowed this to happen, and that the Indian government is allowing asylum of I think it was a female leader in Bangladesh who is very corrupt, and they're very angry about that they want her or this leader back in their country so that she can be tried, or they can be tried for their crimes. So none of that came up in the records. It was just that the people of Bangladesh are suffering, but this was me putting a couple of things together as, possible realities. Not sure, but, possibly so. Somalia came up, and Arizona, like a hot air balloon in Arizona. And I read after I closed the records that there was an when I saw it in the records, I saw this hot air balloon. It had like orange stripes. And when I saw it, I remembered when my family had been in New Mexico a couple of years ago, my brother and my mother, two of my three brothers and my mother took a hot air balloon ride, and they crash landed. So, and my mom kind of hurt her knee, and, it was kind of made for, an adventure, so to speak, for our vacation. And that came through, and then I looked up and I saw it back in April of 2024, I think it was. There was a hot air balloon crash that was related possibly, I think, to ketamine. I just quickly looked through the story. I wasn't sure if that came up. It just seems like it was a while ago, but it seemed like this hot air balloon in Arizona might have had significance today in the records for some reason. And that was it. The last thing they said is be the faithful conveyor of truths, which I'm really trying to do. I have a process, as I've mentioned before, in going into the records. I try to meditate, use breath work, Vedic and Christian prayers, prayers after I close the records, an invocation that I came up with to get into the records based on Linda Howe's work. So I try to follow this, protocol that really kind of clears me so that I can get information as clearly as possible. So hopefully I'm doing that as I convey this message to you on this channel. If you have any questions or comments, or you want to subscribe, that is welcome. Thank you.